Paget messages channeled 100 years ago by Jesus and his disciples. This message is from Samuel from the Bible, and it is Life After Death, Part 2. In man's investigation of the wonders of vegetable life, he has discovered that a grain of corn that had been entombed in the hands of an Egyptian mummy for more than 3,000 years, when planted in the ground, reproduced the stalk and blade and ear of corn, just as the original material body had produced. And why? Not because when the grain of corn was planted in the earth, it received unto itself new life or any force that was not already in it, but because the grain had never ceased to be without the life that existed in it as it grew from the original seed to the perfect grain. The grain had never lost its life and had never died, though apparently it had, although always there was some part of the original body that continued to exist and that had held enclosed in itself the life principle. Without the preservation of some part of the original body, there could never be a manifestation of the life that caused the growth of that body. This phenomena, as you call it, was not the resurrection of a material body that had died and become disintegrated and non-existent, but was merely the resurrection of that part of the old body that had never died, but had always retained in it the life principle. And this, I say, is no argument for the future existence of man as viewed from a purely material aspect. When the body of a man dies, it is eternally destroyed, either by natural decay or by incineration, or sometimes by cannibals, so that no portion of his body remains in which the life principle may be preserved. And so far as the material body is involved, it utterly disappears. No roots remain in the ground, and no grain or seed of it is preserved, from which a new body may arise. So I say, the phenomena of the vegetable apparently dying and after a season springing forth again and producing a body similar to the one that had formerly lived and died furnishes no demonstration or argument from which logically can be drawn the conclusion that when a man dies, he will not cease to exist or will live again. From the purely material standpoint, the materialist has the better of the argument, and he may well ask the question, when a man dies, shall he live again? And answer the inquiry by saying nature furnishes no proof that he will. It may be said that life permeates all nature and is the basis of all existence, and that assertion is true. But it does not follow therefrom that any particular manifestation of life, such as the individual man, when once ceasing to manifest, will again be produced in that particular identity of material manifestation, and in that form of existence that will make itself the identical being that had ceased to exist. So to show man that there is a continuous existence after the death of the body, and I mean an individual, identical existence, something more is required than the argument of analogy in nature, or to the material things of nature in which life appears and then apparently disappears and then reappears. As the discussion on this phase of the matter will require more time than you have tonight to receive it, I will defer the treatment until later. With all my love, I will say good night. Your brother in Christ, Samuel. And this is the Paget Messages, channeled 100 years ago by Jesus and his disciples. Available on Amazon and free PDFs at divinelove.org, and also available at divinetruth.com.